Hey guys, Marvelous Books here, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite YA contemporary novels. Someone suggested this to me and I was like, yes, that sounds great. I would love to do that. I don't really do that many recommendations videos. And yeah, so I think I'll talk about them in like number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to like my favorites, if that makes sense. Fifth on this list is Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. This book has like a little bit of some weird scientific, not true elements, but I think in the most part it's very contemporary. This is about these teenagers who are diagnosed with a new form of tuberculosis that cannot be cured. This is the part that is untrue about this book. There is no form of tuberculosis that cannot be cured at the moment. The author made this up. I was having some like hypochondriac feelings while reading this book of like not being able to breathe. So if that stuff like that bothers you, just definitely go into that knowing that. But they're basically diagnosed with tuberculosis, and they are sent to a tuberculosis sanatorium where they have to live until they either get better by themselves or die. So this is about Lane, who lived as like a smart kid, very good at sports if I remember correctly, and then he all of a sudden gets this tuberculosis and he is estranged from his family, his friends, but he joins this group of friends and in this sanatorium, and they kind of go on adventures. They have a lot of discussions about like what life really means. It's really beautiful. I think this book really like shows like life and death and how people deal with knowing they're probably going to die and just different things like that. I really love this book. After this, I read Robin Schneider's other book, The Beginning of Everything, which was okay, but this book is really amazing and I highly recommend it as long as you aren't triggered by like hypochondriac tendencies. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is really beautiful. Love all the characters, and Robin Schneider needs more praise. The next book, number 4 on this list, is Protected by Claire Zorn. I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did. It really hit me hard. All of these, I think, are hard-hitting contemporary. Oh, one of them isn't, but most of these are. I definitely really prefer hard-hitting contemporaries to light and cutesy contemporaries. This book is a tale of grief. Hannah's sister has passed away. She kind of tries not to think about it. She kind of lives in denial and with a lot of grief, and she meets this boy named Josh, and they kind of start to get into like a friendship and eventually I think a relationship. And what I think is really cool about this book is a lot of the chapters, just I think all of them start with like a list of some sort, like the people she looks up to, her sister who has passed, her favorite songs, her favorite music artists, just different things. And Hannah knows something about her death that she's kind of like repressing, and she has to find a way to come to terms with that and tell the truth. And it's just very beautiful. It's set in Australia and I really loved that. It was really fun to read, and I really connected with it, although I haven't been through the same things the narrator Hannah has. I just really connected with her personality. So the next book I have is the only light contemporary, happy contemporary I have on this list, and that is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Just this trilogy in general is amazing. If you don't know what it is, you have to read it. You have to watch the Netflix movie. It is so good, so adorable. It's about Lara Jean, who has written letters to every boy she's ever loved before and just keeps them in a hat box, doesn't send them. But one day they get sent out and she deals with the repercussions of everyone she's ever loved, knowing, and kind of ends up in a fake relationship in order to keep the guy that, in order to keep herself from embarrassment from the guy she loves at the moment. And the fake relationship trope is honestly my favorite. The family dynamic in this book is absolutely amazing. Three sisters, Margot, Lara Jean, and Kitty, and they are so cute. I love their entire family. You have to read it. The movie literally makes me cry. Like, it's so cute. And second on this list is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This book ruins me. The movie literally kills me every time I watch it. It's probably my favorite movie ever. I actually watched the movie before I read the book a few years ago when I didn't know there was a book. This is about Charlie. He's starting his freshman year. Doesn't really have any friends. His friend his only friend has recently passed, and he's very shy, is a wallflower, stays to the back, kind of doesn't talk, and he ends up meeting this group of friends and kind of finding himself and learning to accept the truth of his life and what has happened to him. And it's written in letters to someone, dear friend, and there's a lot of like speculation on if he's writing to the reader or if he's writing to his friend that has recently passed, or who he's writing to, but I really enjoyed it. It's super beautiful. Trigger warning for sexual assault, but it's literally so good and so short, but so packed full of like everything a book needs. And yeah, it's super good. I highly recommend the movie and the book. And the final book on this list, my number one in this top favorite contemporaries is We're Okay by Nina LaCour. People either love this book or hate this book. I don't really get how you can hate this book. I think it's literally amazing. It is about Marin, and she basically ran away from her life when something tragic happened to her that you start to figure out as you go throughout the story, and is in college for New York, and her friend from her hometown in California comes to visit her over winter break, and they kind of try to reconcile their falling out, their friendship, and Marin learns to kind of fix the way she feels about things and accept what happened and actually talk about it. And there's a female relationship in this, which I really love. It's very cute, and like it's just so gorgeous, and the way it's written is so like beautiful, and it's like my favorite contemporary of all time. I remember reading this, finishing it, and being like just bawling because it was so good. And there's like, I don't know, all of these books are obviously so good if they're my top 5 favorite contemporaries. Like, they are so good. I'm pretty sure I cried at least once, probably more, reading those, because I tend to cry when something means a lot to me, not just when it's sad. And although a lot of these are sad, they also mean a lot to me and really kind of like reflect my taste in books, I guess, especially contemporary. So yeah, I hope you guys check out these books. In especially because these two aren't very known, and they're really good. And these three a lot of people know about, but yeah, they know about them for a reason. And these should be more loved because they're amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, night, however, whatever time it is, whatever day it is for you. I hope to start posting more like I keep saying, but you know, bye.